Hi, welcome to Rum&tings, where we drink rum and talk about things. I'm your host, Lana.
And I'm Mr. X.
And our guest today is...
Michelle. Hi, everybody.
Make sure to like and subscribe, comment any topics you'd like to talk about. And our topic today is communicating while dating. What's your opinions, Mr. X?
So communication while dating is a sketchy thing. You're supposed to be honest and say everything.
Supposed to.
Well, yeah, supposed to. But let's not forget that anything said will be held against you. So if I be too honest, then you're going to give me the side eye versus I feed you in there slightly. You'll be more understanding. But if I give y'all the dirty truth, you're going to be quick to talk shit.
See, but now I'm a Scorpio, so I want the dirty truth at all times because I would rather have the ability to accept or reject that information and have at least the ability to bow out gracefully or not so gracefully depending on the information that I get. Because I can't be with somebody that's not communicative on a consistent basis. I don't know how to shut up. So you always want to know everything that I feel all the time. Good, bad, or indifferent, no filter. So I expect for my relationships to be the same way.
Now, there's one thing. It's the difference between just completely outright hiding and some things gotta be said. But it's one of the things I ain't gonna put all my dirt on the table initially.
But the thing is, it's not that you don't put all the dirt, is that you will kind of misconstrue the truth and twist it so it doesn't look that bad. And then when you really find out what happened, you'll be like, that does not sound anything similar to what you told me in the beginning.
So you tell me this, you put everything in the truth up front, be like, okay, hey, I'm this, that.
Don't get me...
My left toe stinks.
Don't get me wrong. In the beginning, pertinent information that I believe you should know, I will let you know. So that's just like dating somebody. Obviously, you're going to give your status. Well, are you single? Are you married? Do you got a girlfriend or boyfriend? That's one of those things that we would like to know in the beginning. Now, what they say is, well, I believe I am single. What does that mean? Like, what does I believe that I'm single mean?
Yeah, sometimes.
Right.
No, it's one. Well, I can answer. I can answer that.
What does that mean?
I can answer that because I've been in that situation.
That means you believe that you're single. Somebody else might not believe you're single.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because I've been in that situation where I told her I'm breaking up and she said no, and I'm just like, what the fuck I say after that?
So she was Haitian because then she
said no. I'm like,
you might think we're not together, but we together still forever. Like, nah.
I'm not gonna sit here.
Well, that's different. Now, if you tell me in the beginning, okay, I am single, but my ex a little bit crazy. I can work with that.
Right.
Be upfront and say,
bullshit.
She a little crazy. But, the blase. But if you're coming to me, you're not telling me nothing, and then I come outside after I done spent some time with you, my car window broken, I got spray paint,
right.
Somebody beat my ass. I can't fight. Not what am I supposed to do?
That's the perfect example of the information should be given in the beginning.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you can feed you in there, but it's one thing trying to get to know you and stuff and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name's Mr. X. Oh, my baby mama gets out of prison soon in like 2 weeks. And I want to get to know you.
Perfect example.
But we're not together.
But perfect example of things we need to know.
So are you really going to continue talking to me after I start off the conversation?
At least if
like
I continue, I know the truth. So if I need to get the Vaseline ready, the bat, if I need to prepare myself, then I say, what? Okay, I'm prepared.
Right.
But I don't want to be blindsided when your baby mama leaves out of prison and she come beat my ass.
No, that's a different story. Right. I would tell you about 1-2 days before she get out.
1-2 days?
You got time to prepare.
I need to know on a level of 1 to I'm a cut a bitch where your ex falls in line when she gets out of prison. So I can be prepared.
I don't know what happens since she's been in there. Usually they become a man a lot of times.
And then also, I'm sorry, I need to know if the sex is good enough to even put up with that shit in the first place. Because you might be trash and then there's no reason to even worry about the ex in the first place.
You're right. You're right. But sometimes it don't even be worth all that.
It don't even matter. It's irrelevant.
That's something you should probably say.
Then we should at least we should really start this off with the audition. Go
it
straight
is
to
audition.
the. No, you go straight to the.
It is an audition.
You exchange names, say what you want, then go out in the room, see if that works, and go from there.
No, you have the communication first. You see if you really feel this person, if you can vibe with them, and then you can jump into the bed. You don't work the other way around.
Okay.
But the first date is an audition. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
You're interviewing for the part. I'm interviewing for the part. Now I tell you, you got the job or you didn't get the job. That's what it is.
But you know the bad part about that? It's that whole thing that people say, oh, when you first meeting somebody, you're meeting their representative. They're not their authentic self. So that is pretty much an audition, but you're playing a different role. You're not playing you. And then, I got to wait until we've established and gotten to know each other a little bit more before now I'm my real self. No, I'm me from the gate. I'm me. There's no representative. There's no actress. It's just me. Because I want you to know who I am from the beginning. I can't pretend to be somebody else or try and give you what you want to hear. You might not like the sound of my voice. Like all those things should be known in the beginning.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that to fill you in, but it's the point of you don't say everything because. I can say this for don't believe that stuff when women say, tell me everything up front because you'll get nowhere. You don't say everything. Now, I agree, be yourself, but I'll say personal information, you may not just throw it willy-nilly everywhere.
Define personal information. Because I feel like
that's... Need-to-know basis.
So I don't need to know...
that. Hey, so you're going to let me...
If I'm trying to date you, this is what I don't
So you're going to let me know early that you don't believe in shaving.
I mean, when I pull up to the date,
you're not gonna tell me that.
And you see some
but I mean, that's so weird.
Yeah, they finally take your pants off, and I see that wolf monkey. Yeah, you're gonna talk about. You're not gonna tell me that.
Okay, but at the end of the day, the wolf monkey can be shaven, right?
Right.
But the crazy ex is still gonna be there.
She could be locked up too. We have solutions for both if we're going that route.
So you just gonna keep getting her locked up over and over again for the whole time we together?
Hey, if they don't learn, try again.
I don't feel like me and my property should be like involved in you and your ex. Like once you figure that out, then maybe I figured it
out. That's why she's locked up. But it's a temporary fix. What am I supposed to do? Eventually she'll sign up again. Free vacation, you get food and bread. So you ain't got to worry about inflation in there.
I want to go back to the wolf monkey because you just reminded me. I was recently dating this guy. We're talking to this guy for a little while, and that was one of the things that he asked. He asked me to not shave because we did have that discussion. We hadn't had sex yet. We did have that discussion. He asked me if I shave, and I'm like, yeah, of course. And he was like, oh, I like women who have hair. I don't. And that was a requirement. He was like, I really want that, like a full bush.
Would you have been willing to give that to him if you guys were to make it to a relationship?
I had a hard time with that because, like, that's itchy. First of all, it's been a long time since I've had, like, it's been a long time since I've had hair. But that was something that really made me feel uncomfortable. So for me, I felt like I needed to gauge whether it was gonna be worth that or not.
Should it be easier? You ain't gotta worry about the little. Are the shaving?
No,
let that thing go.
No, because I wear nothing but thongs. Or if you're if you're wearing a bathing suit and it's high plunging, you got all that hair on the side. I don't want no chia pet sticking out of my side.
They got people who make braid and stuff.
Are you gonna put beads on it?
Yeah, braid and make it look nice. You can make it into dreadlocks.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
It could be Ross on the top and bottom.
This is why I don't even understand.
I'm about solutions, just like how you say.
But you know, at the end of the day, he was upfront with it.
Yes.
And he made it known, hey, look, this is what I like. This is what I want.
And it was a non-negotiable for him.
But
yeah. So what he made, he did not wait until you develop feelings, got in a relationship with him. Yes. And he's like, you know what? I can't be with you until you stop shaving. But, then you'd be like, hold up, wait a minute. That's what I don't like.
Right.
At the same time, that wasn't the first date. Or the second, when you talked about the wolf monkey.
It was we had only had one date, and then we were talking in between for like I want to say maybe 2 days. That came up like 2 days after the first date.
All right, see, third day, there you go. It's not.
But
it's the point. But it's the point of during that whole time it's still the courting phase, even though you're not officially in the same place. Because the beauty of electronics, I can do this and something else at the same time. So just because we both busy, we can still do the ironically date. Because let's not forget you can still do the phone date over the phone. You're not in the same place. You're just conveniently occupied doing something else.
Well, yeah, but he told her what it is. Yeah, it was 2 days after the first date or a week after them or whatever. But at the end of the day, he didn't wait 3, 4, 5 months down the line, a year into the relationship, and then be like, hey, by the way.
Right.
Like, no. I would rather you tell me the first date, 3 days after the second date.
Right. It happened before the second date. Because, I mean, the second date, if we would have smashed, then he would have been like, oh, I'm going to want you to... Well, now I got feelings. Like, it might have been really good, and I might want some more. But now I have to let it grow all the time.
What if you got like a wig? You put it on.
That's an option.
Oh, you know how the men have the
toupee?
Yes. Yes. They got the fake hair. I'm just...
You can sell that.
It on.
The dupe and just... The dupe, you can have your own clothing line and
there
stuff.
We go.
That's a money maker right there.
Don't nobody steal that idea.
Because honestly,
we trademark it right now.
Coochie toupees.
Hey, because that hairy vagina category is pretty big on Pornhub. So let's not forget.
For the men who want the hair in your life. Yeah.
Some people like not true.
I don't know. I feel like that's a very specific thing to ask for.
What? It's no different than the person who has a foot fetish.
Yeah, I know, but there's one thing that's kind of very, very specific and intimate, because it's like, okay, yeah, I have a feet fetish. I just like your toes. Like, do your toes. What girl doesn't like to do their toes, manicures, pedicures, all of that? You know, that's nice, girl. I do that. But to be very specific, to be like, well, you know, most women like to like shave and be hairless, and for you to specifically ask that we go against that,
right? My own hygiene desire.
Yeah,
let's not forget though. Let's not forget though that right there, which became a norm, was based off what the common man desired. Then it became the norm as like, hey, that's something you did. They got accustomed to do it.
Well, look, all I know is if y'all start asking back for hairies and no shave and stuff like that, you might get some pushback on that. Because we got accustomed to being pretty hairless for the most part.
Right. And especially in the Tampa area, like, I'm
it's
appreciative. Hot. Yeah, don't nobody want to be hot and have all that hair. Like, I'm mad with the hair on my head. Like, you're so lucky, because half the time I want to Sinead O'Connor my shit because it's just too freaking hot out here. But no, I don't want hair down there. I don't want hair anywhere else.
Bun,
that's still hair.
It's still heavy, and
so only one part of your head is hot instead of the whole thing.
They don't understand.
Hey, it's better than that. Well, we each have different things to accommodate in the dating market, because we know we gotta do certain things. You like the man to clean cut things, so we do that because we know y'all desire it.
So y'all don't like being clean cut?
Mostly do it for women. But otherwise, I'll wait a month or two sometimes because I don't feel like waiting.
Yeah, but you still would go and do it, even if you weren't with a woman, even if the woman didn't require it. You still, in your person, would, hey, I want to get a haircut for me.
Right. I know that women might desire it, but I'm still doing it for myself.
Yeah.
It's a bonus. But even then, when you say you get the haircut, most of the styles, even then that you choose, it's because we know the other gender likes it. You don't go through the headache alone of just because of you. No, you did it because you know the other person liked it.
Well, no, I know like most of the opposite sex likes this to be clean. See, I don't want to mess that up.
So that's okay though. That's kind of smart. Go for the majority, so now you have more options instead of staying to a narrow shut guy.
So that really wasn't like he was not going to take no for an answer with that.
That was a non-negotiable for him.
Yes.
None.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's weird. But I mean, to each his own. But I'm still gonna side at you a little bit, like, huh?
Right. It is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Old school.
So does it like fully groom?
Yeah, he want a bush.
Oh.
The bush.
A bush, like not even like he wants a fro down there. That was actually his word. No. Like, how long do I have to grow that? Yeah, I can't. And then how does that compact into the...
After you've been waxing and shaving and stuff, like my
eyebrows don't even fully grow back in because I used to overpluck them in the 90s. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
That's not possible. He should renege on that because it's not really physically possible.
Well, I guess whatever girl he ended up with right now is really trying to do that for him because it's not his life.
You know what? I respect it because you said what it was. And, you know, he put it out there.
But that's the point, see? So it's much more respected. You have the right to choose. Mm-hmm. I had the right to choose, you know? Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm not doing that shit for you now. Like, I have the right to say yes or no.
And it wasn't... He said what he wanted. You knew what it was from the jump. And you made your decision. And it was a graceful, you know what? I don't think that's for me. Okay, cool. All right. You have a good day. I have a good day. You go fine. Yeah, it is like... I don't see why do all this? Let me hide stuff that I know is a big deal or would be a problem until we get a little bit deeper and the feeling starting, and then I'm like, okay, bomb drop.
Right.
I don't think that's fair, because now you took away my choice. I don't like when people take away my choice. I should have my choice.
No, that's the one thing, they're deliberately waiting until you get deep in feelings versus, okay, hey, you
but isn't that what they do? Isn't
Not
that the point of it though?
That's
like, why
what they
else
do.
would you withhold it? Why else would you really withhold it?
So why y'all don't tell us in the beginning you got bad credit until late?
I do. If we having that discussion, I'm gonna tell you all of my stuff. I mean, I don't really have a lot of flaws, but I'd rather you know my flaws now. Like, everybody has them. I'm not infallible. Everybody has
but it's
stuff.
point if you don't start off in your first hand. You give them little crumbs over time and feed it in. You don't give them all the neat ingredients.
I think the big stuff should be said in the beginning. Now, if you're like, well, you know, I don't like cutting toenails.
Then it should be.
And then I feel like if you wait 4 months to tell me that, I'm like, okay, that's something I can look past. But at the same time, if you're like, I don't shower, like, you should probably tell me that.
But you didn't notice the whole time.
You're gonna find out really fast though, because if you guys, if you have had sex, and I mean, like, if you end up sleeping in the bed and the toenail scratches me and I have cuts on my legs, I'm gonna know that really fast. I might ask you to really do something.
But that's still
that.
after
But the
you
hygiene
smash,
thing,
though.
yes.
That's still
That's
after
true.
you smash.
That's
So
true.
what if like the dick was good? Now you're like, dang, shower or dick? Ugh.
Yeah.
It's optional.
but maybe he'll start to shower.
I don't know. People change their perception, their requirements.
If this man
and
is
shit
in
like
his
that.
40s and he still ain't showering, I don't think he gonna ever shower.
Probably not.
I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, if he really in his 40s or he's older in his age, he's set in his ways.
But you know what? That's another thing too. I know, because I've been dating for forever and I've been divorced for 10 years. In my dating life in my 40s, I feel like we get down to the nitty gritty in the conversations immediately. Like, because we're looking for our forever partner. Now we old.
Yeah, ain't no time to waste.
We old, yeah. So we want to have that discussions. Do you have kids? What's your credit look like? What are your plans for the future? Are you working? Are you married? Are you divorced? Do you have crazy exes? How many children do you have? You want to know all that stuff in the beginning, because I'm gonna make a huge decision very, very quickly about you based on that information. Do you like to travel? Like, I met somebody who don't like to travel. He don't want to leave the state that he lives in. He's never left Florida.
Ever?
No.
And he refuses.
Don't have a passport. Don't want to go nowhere. Okay, that's nice. It was nice to meet you.
You won't even do a cruise?
No. No.
A real trip? Wow.
No.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like no matter your age, if you're really dating seriously, like, who really got time to waste like that?
That right there is the benefit of dating in the higher age, because that's a different ball game versus in your like 20s and so far. Because it's not like that. You can't be all straight and forward like, hey,
right.
I don't fuck with this, and then they look at you stupid, even though not damn well there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But that's the beauty of that dating age game versus everything else. Because
in your 20s, your opinions are going to change. Like, who I was in my 20s changed like 100 times between then and now. Mm-hmm. You know, in your 20s, you're malleable. You might have never left the state, but now you might want to really go travel. Mm-hmm. You might not have had children, but now you want to have kids. Mm-hmm. Like, let some man come to me and be like, I want children. No, my tubes have been tied for 17 years, and I'm not untying them for you. That's not happening. So kick rocks.
Well, that is true. I mean, when you are, much older and you've lived life for a little bit, and you've defined who you are, what you want, and what you don't want. So it's easy for you to be like, nope, at all. Like, there's no regrets in me saying no. Right. I'm not gonna change my mind. Right. It is what it is. But when you're a little bit younger, it's kind of like, well, today I like this. Right. But yesterday, I liked something else. Right. So I do get that part, but at the same time, it's like, you still should be pretty much upfront, and you should be communicative, like what I want for the most part.
Okay, so then the question is, what would be considered too much information at the beginning?
I don't think there is too much information. I feel like it varies based on the conversations that you're having with each individual person. Because I could tell you, since I've been serial dating, well, not very recently, but serial dating over the last like year and a half or so, every single conversation that I have is drastically different from the last one. I'm trying to get as much information as I can, but sometimes the conversation will go towards sex in like 2.2 seconds. Sometimes we're not having that conversation for several days. So it really is about the person and what they feel comfortable discussing in the beginning. But I try to cover everything because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time either.
Yeah. And then some people say, it takes them a little bit longer to open up and stuff like that. And I do get that and I respect that, but I feel like it shouldn't take you like a year for you to start opening up and like letting me know these details. It's like you should know what you want.
Yes.
You know, at this point I feel like you know what you want, but it's a little bit messed up. So you're just kind of like, let me not just say like that.
Right.
Because men have this thing where I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, sir, I don't care if you hurt my feelings. I just really want you to tell me the truth so you don't waste my time.
Right.
Because what I'm more upset is if you waste my time.
Right.
I'm still trying to. I want to sample the car first before the car.
You go to a dealership. You test drive a car for 20 minutes. You don't test drive a car for 20 days.
What place can I go where I can just test drive the car before I sit there and talk to them? Because wherever you meet these women, that'd have been lovely.
Yeah, but so you have that 5-minute conversation and now you want to test drive the car. You see cars, you're not going to test drive every single car that you see there. There might be 12 Acuras out there, but I really only like the gray one. I'm not going to test drive all the rest of them.
the top 3 and go from there.
Yeah, top 3.
What makes them the top? Yeah, so you're not going to test drive all of them. So
yeah, but I got that. But the difference is, I'm gonna have to pay out for each of these things separate. Versus we just say, hey, look for this, let's drive, let's see what happens there. It's one of the things where there's so much variables after it, and I could simply, let's not forget, I could simply do every single step right and still lose. So it's one of the things where you play the card. Well, you play the game, then you kind of shift different ways.
But at the same time, when we're dating, like I'm not saying you are only supposed to be dating me, because I won't always be only dating you.
Right.
We're dating.
That's the other thing.
To get to know each other. So I didn't say, hey, on this first date, there can only be me and no other. No, I'm not going to say that because you aren't the only one. There's other people out there. But at the end of the day, is to eliminate wasting people's time on the first date. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to open up. We're going to say what we got to say our piece, and then I'll let you know. Is there a second date or not? That's pretty much how it's supposed to be.
Baby girl, you're a unicorn, because that shit does not happen in the real world. You literally watching a damn show where the goal is to date multiple people. You have to date multiple people to stay on the show. And they get upset that they talk to more than one woman. Okay,
so I was just about to bring that up. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So we're talking about being honest with somebody. Mm-hmm. So this has happened to me so many times. I believe in being completely honest. So you're talking to like 3 or 4 guys on this dating site, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're all calling you. They're all trying to vie for your affection. They're all calling you every single day, and I appreciate the affection. That's nice. I get your attention. We having conversations. Now I'm going on a date with guy number 1, but now guy number 2 and number 3 are calling me that day. Do I tell guy number 2 and 3 that I'm on a date with guy number 1?
No.
I do.
I ain't.
I do.
That ain't nothing to do.
I have a hard
why
time
you holding
with it.
information? That's wrong. Why should not be able to make a decision to decide whether I'm a compete with other people? You see how she flipped the script? She flipped the script right there.
So did date number 1, 2, or 3 tell you when they were on dates with other women?
No, they didn't. And that's
okay, but you said you're supposed to, but you literally said you won't.
I don't believe in lying about it, because if we're just in that dating phase, now I don't want to really discuss it. But if you're asking me, what'd you do tonight? Oh, I didn't do nothing. I was just I went on a date.
See how I play
the way I look at it.
I would never lie, but you would have to ask me the direct question.
Did you go on a date?
Did you go on a date? No. If they say, hey, did you hang out with? What you did today? I was hanging out with people. Unless you say specifically dating people, and I say we're conversating. I say we're on a date, but I still give you the truth.
Now, how I look at it is whatever I do with date number 1 is between me and date number 1. That ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on. So if I'm dating him and I'm dating you, right? Whatever I do with him, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Whatever I do with you ain't got nothing to do with him.
True.
So I'm going to keep that separate. So
I'm a Christian man. I may want a woman that don't do all that. I want to be the first, not the last.
But, I mean, Do you really have a ranking? Like,
but hey, but you took
really
away that choice from me.
Oh my gosh, you get on my nerves.
You took away that choice from me. It meant a lot to me.
Aww.
I know.
That makes me
this double standard.
You get on my nerves. Stop acting. You get on my ever-loving nerves.
The way that I am with dating, I feel like if you're spreading yourself too thin with too many different men, you can't get to really know one particular man. So it's kind of like a limit date. You know, I might talk to a few for a few days, but then I very quickly zone in on the person that I want to really, really get to know. And then I'm going to put the other ones at bait, and I'm going to get to know that one person. So I have been honest in the past, because like the conversation and the way that they posed the question made me feel like I had to say, yeah, I went on a date last night. And one guy was like, well, how did it go? He seemed okay, but I don't know. Like, there was no sparks. For me, I want to feel butterflies on a date. If I don't feel butterflies on a date, I'm going to keep on searching.
And guess what? And when you go on a date with him, you're going to make sure you feel some butterflies. Everything. That's what I also kind of don't like telling guys, is because whatever you tell them went wrong with that other person, they're going to make sure that they get it right. But it's more like they're putting on a facade. They're putting on a facade because they don't truly mean it. Yep. Because everything you said, well, let's say you go on a date, you're like, well, he didn't get me flowers, and he didn't hold my hand, or he didn't pull my chair, or whatever. You go on a date with that man, he brings you flowers, he pulling a chair out, he holding your hand, this and that, and you're like, oh, okay, this is nice. Mm-hmm. And then you get into a relationship, none of that shit ever happens again.
The car door don't get open no more, the door don't get open no more.
Nothing.
You over here like,
what the hell happened?
Right.
Shit, hey, it goes both ways. Why make this shit hard and neat? Let me know what you like, and I'll let you. You'll know quickly if I like you enough to do it or not.
But can you continuously do it, or is it just a one-time thing?
If it was literally illustrated as a requirement.
But that's the difference, though. You're saying, I'll let you know if it's something I'm willing to do for you. A lot of guys don't do that. Like she's saying, they're like, oh, shit, well, she said that he didn't do this, and that. I'm going to do all three of those things. Mm-hmm. But I don't really want to do it. I'm just doing it because I want to outshine the last guy.
Yep.
But it's not going to last because it's not something that's in my repertoire. I don't want to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's not genuine. Yeah. So it's like...
The point of is if it's difference between knowing it's a requirement, hey, this something needs to be done. Like I illustrated, I have needs that need to be met. The tank got to be drained. It's letting know that, hey, it's a continuous thing. So yeah, it's a continuous thing. It's not a surprise. Versus you just say you like flowers. Okay, hey, I gave you a flower. The instructions ended there. What the fuck I'm supposed to do?
I say I like flowers. I mean, you get me flowers continuously, not a one. They come in
a bouquet. You got like
time.
Oh, but they're gonna die at the same time. So you
exactly.
You gotta make requests specifically.
You say I like flowers, they get you flowers one time.
I didn't say I like
7 years later, still no more flowers.
It wasn't in depth direction. If you say you like flowers every day, I'll get you flowers every day.
And this is why I don't like to tell them nothing. I'll just have a cold date with them. I won't give you no information, and that's where I truly get to see who you are, because now there's no influence. I didn't tell you anything to sway how you're going to act. You're going to come to the date and you're going to be you, essentially. Because if you generally are the type of guy who has flowers and pulls out chairs and holds hands, then you're gonna do that, and that's gonna be a problem. But I'm not going to tell you.
Thank you.
So you could do it for one day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he did it. And then you get in a relationship with him, no more flowers, who won't even open the front door for you? Like,
yeah, I left my heart open. Something's open, damn it.
I feel like they just get so content. They were like, okay, I got her. I ain't got to do nothing else for her now.
Right. That part.
All right, so let's have an amnesty hour. Name something that you did beginning, then you stopped like a little bit after the relationship community.
Depends on which relationship.
No, just name one. No, it ain't gotta be a complete list. Name one. Something you didn't begin because you know you liked, and you completely cut that off once the relationship got into
that. I knew that the person liked specifically.
Because I can't even.
Or anything you did from then it stopped shortly after.
I don't think I've done that.
Yeah, I don't think I've done that.
Hey, I didn't do much for men.
No, I don't think I've ever done something that I stopped doing.
Yeah, everything that I did in the beginning, I still do now.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I can't think of anything that I stopped doing.
Anything I do more of it.
Like what?
Well, I cook for you more now.
You cook options, yeah, that is more, but you got to eat too. It's benefit you too. So
look, sir, I'm gonna be fine with some Chick-fil-A and some Popeyes every night. I don't need to be eating these curry chicken and brown stew chicken and callaloo and
that's all for you, boo.
Bullshit, you the one who said, "Oh, I want curry chicken." You want curry chicken? All right, we're gonna make that.
Well,
so it was what it was
before,
literally
when I was
for
single,
you that you try to take credit.
When I was single, it was I'm going to the Jamaican restaurant down the street to get me some curry chicken.
The difference is
Not I'm going to go cook curry chicken from scratch.
But let's not forget the Jamaican food here is shit.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, the oxtail.
You had almost brown stew chicken. Almost.
Okay,
look, I'm only going there for the oxtail because their oxtail is pretty good. Other than that,
I used to eat oxtails. I don't remember that anymore. I've been pescatarian for 4 years. I don't remember.
Pescatarian, so you don't eat meat at all?
No,
fish.
just fish.
Poor baby.
I couldn't see myself doing that.
Nope, I'm missing stuff in life. Nope.
No, actually, I don't miss it at all. But I will say I did cheat and I had oxtails. I went to Jerk Hut.
Is your food good?
You see my face?
That
was the hardest cabbage I ever had in my life. Yeah, Jerk Hut, y'all gotta do better. Sorry. The oxtails was actually not bad.
Shit, most of the oxtail you get nowadays, basically moose knuckles. It's big ass shit. Like, we literally went to, which is the biggest disgrace in the life. We went to a Bob Marley restaurant.
In Orlando.
It's trademarked.
In City Walk.
It's trademarked. I mean, they staple his name on his faces everywhere. They gave
you walking through the door. It says Bob Marley with his face right there.
Shit, you go to the bathroom and take a piss in the urinal. Bob Marley's looking directly at you, no matter what stall.
That's weird.
Yes, he's everywhere.
We ordered the oxtail. Oh my gosh, I ordered the oxtail. They gave me an oxtail. This is the size of the oxtail. I got
Just
one
one.
oxtail in my plate.
One.
No.
It's the size of the oxtail. And you know how you cook the oxtail, you cook it in the gravy or whatever? So the top part was brown with the gravy. I'm like, okay. I left the bottom of the oxtail, it was dry.
No.
I was like, what is this? And I called the manager. No.
On the bone. It was.
And it was one?
It tastes like vinegar.
It was one. No, it's literally one big moose knuckle.
It tasted like vinegar.
Oh.
So we called the manager over and he's like, oh, like this don't taste good. He was like, no, I assure you, this is how it's supposed to taste. I looked at him. I said, sir, I'm Jamaican. He just took the plate up and just walked away. Okay, you're good. You could go.
The waiter knew.
Wow.
The waiter didn't ask no question. He was like, y'all gonna eat that?
Oh, you good. You good. Then our waiter showed up. He knew initially.
Was like, yeah, I can't bullshit y'all because you just said it right there. You're Jamaican. He's like, damn.
He was like, oops, all right. He was like, do you want anything? I was like, no. If y'all can get oxtail right, what else am I eat from you?
And Bob Marley got his name on it.
Thank you.
Oh no.
And they had the reggae band playing in the back live too.
Is
with the
this
drums
love?
and everything.
Is this love that you feeling?
Not for that one oxtail. There's no love there.
I was so mad.
The restaurant itself smelled good. Like they had damn Jamaican spray to spray.
I was about to say they got oxtail candles.
It literally, the whole place smelled delicious.
It smelled
Even
so
outside
good.
the restaurant, it smelled good.
They were selling their restaurant representative.
What hurt was that we waited 40 minutes to get in.
Just for the name.
Because I was like, ooh, let's go there. He was like, let's try somewhere else. I was like, nah. We're going to eat it.
Thanks for telling me. I ain't
That's
going
a
there.
City Walk Disney. Don't waste your time for that.
Oh.
I ain't gonna lie, they over there, they had a lot of places that smell amazing when you walk near it, but...
And that one guy out there singing karaoke, ain't nobody out there singing with him. He just sang by himself. Like, he just singing. I'm like, okay.
We sat there just drink was like what the fuck is Fat Tuesdays? And to wait, it was a long ass wait. And I go about it, hey, did you call my name? What's your name again? Then they just said, hey, we'll just take you in.
Yeah, because I was like, hold up, what's taking so long? And they're like, all right, let's go. But you know what? At least I got some Fat Tuesdays. And then we went to, he was mad. We went to Miller's Ale House and they messed his food up too. Then he went to a Chinese restaurant down the street. They were like, "Oh, they charge an extra $3 for the fried rice." He said $3 for fried rice, and it don't even. It's not even chicken fried rice. It's just regular fried rice. You got to pay more to add the chicken in it to make the chicken fried rice.
Yeah, the meal only came. It came with the meat and white rice.
Oh, see, no.
Then we went. It gets worse. Then we went to the Wendy's down the street. He waiting in line. He can't hear nothing from the monitor. He goes up before the lady can even say. She's like, "It's not me. The monitor's not working. It's not me."
Ain't no nothing. I'm just sitting there at the speaker, just like, hello,
hello. That's like the fourth place we tried to get some food at.
Orlando was not trying to feed you. Like,
no.
Near the Disney.
Mr. X don't get to eat today.
He's not. He was so mad.
We spent what was discounted rate, but it was like $120 for that one night.
At which Disney hotel?
It's not even in Disney. It's just the hotel outside of it. It was just before spring break started. It was just outside of it. I had the discounted rate. The actual price was $220 a night, and it's not even like it's a high end place.
Yeah, no. No.
That shit's horrible.
I laughed that whole night. I was dying. He was so mad. I was dying.
You know what's funny? If you go to any restaurant, you say, "Hey, I want extra crispy fries." That's the hardest thing to get them correctly.
He'd be like, "Just burn it." At this point, just
forget
it.
it.
Just forget it's in the fryer.
Forget it in the fryer.
Just forget it.
Okay, we'll get you a new order right now. Come back 60 seconds later. Barely done.
They give you the same plate. They just put the plate in the oven and burnt the top part of it.
They burnt one side of the plate. The other side was still the same. One side was black. The other side was exactly where I got it the first time.
You know what the manager gonna say to us? "Oh, we'll try to do better next time."
But you're not gonna be there next time. What the fuck that matter? Wow. For the next guest that don't want extra crispy fries, we gonna give it to him.
How hard it is. And honestly, to get crispy fries, it's hard. No matter what place you go. Even went to a World of Beer right there. It's like, hey, just forget the fries in the fryer. That's all you have to do.
No, you have to give them instructions because people at the fast food restaurants are really, really dumb. So you have to tell them, you take the fries and you scoop it up with the thing. And then you take it and you put it in a solo basket all by itself. And you dump that in. Then you put that back in the fryer and you let it sit in there for an extra minute or two. And when you think that they're really, really hard, nobody wants them, then you take them out and you give them to me because that's what I want.
Get me right before they turn black.
Right. Yeah, so they just keep on giving you the limp dick noodles. It's like, I just want it to be solid. All my fries dangle. They just sitting here dangle. No, I want it stiff. Just the stiff you want at the end of the day.
I like stiff fries too.
I just want stiff.
I like my fries to dangle a little bit.
Oh my god.
Stiff, man.
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking hard to eat.
I laughed the whole night. We didn't make it back to the hotel till after 1, and I was laughing the whole night. Boy, in that long ass walk in the city walk just to get to that Bob Marley restaurant, it was a long
just told me
walk.
Places I don't need to go. So that's good.
It was so damn long. They put you on the escalator thing that just cakes you over. That's how you know it's a far walk.
The escalator walk.
Oh wow.
So that shit was scary. That shit was scary. I'm like, damn, you really are a country food.
I was like, just let me walk.
Moving?
I was just like, yo, just let me walk. No, we gotta go on this.
Yeah. And she's like, oh,
and I'm just like, can I just walk? Because the thing is, he puts me on the thing, right? So it's taking me. And he's like, oh, we gotta walk on it. I'm like, we gotta walk. Yeah. It's taking me.
It makes you walk faster.
I should have walked over. I should have walked over on the other side without the thingy. I would have been fine.
You appreciate it. It's like being at the airport, and then they have that little thing in the middle, and then you still walking on that too, because you're gonna get there way faster.
It messes with my balance, because now I'm like, okay, I'm walking, but the floor moving too. I don't like this. I don't like this.
No coordination there.
I don't. You know this. You know I can't catch or nothing. I don't have balance. You know this.
Shame for bad for kids. I'm gonna be an athlete. Oh, sorry, Johnny boy. No.
You should have seen your mom trying to walk in city like, don't even have those dreams.
Try to catch the ball.
You threw that ball on purpose.
You're gonna slap yourself. Trying to catch it. I'm like, goddamn. How the hell you do that?
I thought it's because I'm blind. So I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see.
Oh, you was throwing a ball at a blind woman? That's terrible.
See.
You should let me know you were blind before we started dating.
You knew I showed up to the day with glasses.
That doesn't tell you how you're blind.
My pictures have glasses.
If you would have let me know this before we started dating, at least I would have to make a choice whether I wanted to be with a blind woman.
Really?
You took that choice away from me.
She had glasses on.
Let me tell you what this man did to me on the first date. So before we went on a date, he told me he was in a motorcycle accident, right? But then he was telling me, oh, he's like running errands, he's cleaning up the house, he's doing this and that. So I'm like, okay, he's fine. Because if you get in an accident and you're still up and about and doing your own thing, you good.
Right.
Pull up to the restaurant. Now I get there a little bit late, right? So I go up and I asked her, I say, I told the host, I'm here to meet somebody. She was like, oh, you here with a guy with a broken leg? I said, a broken leg? She's like, did you break his leg? I said, wait a minute. Whose leg is broken? Who are we talking about? I walk up to the table. This man got a cast on his leg with the 2 Ks beside him. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know this. You didn't ask. I didn't ask.
I literally told you.
I didn't ask that.
I got into a motorcycle accident.
You were supposed to give that information.
I did.
So that way she could decide if she wanted to
She
go
never
on the date.
replied. I gave her the information. Here,
You
that's
said
the
you were up and about doing errands,
but
cleaning the house.
You
You
never
doing
asked
this
if
and
I
that.
was okay. I said I was on the motorcycle. I said, okay. You just said, okay, then continue the conversation. You
He
asked no
told
question.
me I'm running errands, I'm up and down, I'm doing this and that.
I had to do my own
So
shit.
I'm
what the
just
hell am I
like,
supposed to do?
if somebody tells me, oh, I was in an accident, but I'm up and doing this and that, and running errands, and I'm living my normal life, and you asking to take me out on a date, and you driving 30 minutes to come see me, I'm like, you must be fine.
I would have. I gotta say
Because
that.
ain't nobody with a broken leg trying to do
It's a
all
guy.
that.
I put an effort. So, hey, man, literally, tink to the restaurant to meet you. You better suck his dick at the end of the day.
And then I made it worse. She was like, oh, do you want me to follow you to your car? I'm like, no, I parked over there. It's fine. He was like,
I
no.
tinked her to the car. Tink. And still ain't get none. So it's literally saying all that effort.
Did you tell her that's what you wanted?
Exactly.
Because if we're talking about honesty.
Shit,
you should have been like, you know what? I came to this date in a cast with some crutches. I want you to suck my dick at the end of the damn day.
I was so confused. Lady asked me if I broke his leg. I said, bro, whose leg? Who are we talking about? Who?
And besides, how would she not know it, whether it would hurt or not, to even bother you? Because you got this cast on your leg.
I never really thought that a man who got into a car accident and got a cast on his leg, pain meds and crutches and all that, it was like, oh, hey, let me take you on a date. Like, I'm just like, I wouldn't.
So you wouldn't ask no questions. The guy said, "Oh, I got ran over by a car." You don't ask no
questions.
You
didn't say.
Ask questions.
You didn't say I got ran over by a car. You said I got into a motorcycle accident. Just as bad.
No questions. Are you okay? How bad it was? Nothing.
I said, "Are you okay?" You said, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm running errands. I'm cleaning up the room. I'm doing this. I'm doing that."
I had to do it.
I don't know. You get extra brownie points for going to a date on crutches. I gotta say, like, yeah, I would marry your ass too. I'd be like, all right, when we doing this? Like, cause wow.
And then what he used to do, let me tell you how bad this man was. What he used to do was when we were dating, and we used to go to movies, right? So this was after they took the cast off and he didn't have the crutches, he just had a cane. So what he used to do was chase me around the parking lot of the movie theater with the freaking cane.
You know, she make jokes and run. I can run. That's real cute. They gonna run around the car. You're like.
He be there like,
so, yeah. That's real loving there.
You chased me with a damn cane. That's not.
And why run?
Cause you was gonna slap me.
You could have walked something. You gonna run and do it like I run. You can't. You gonna rub it in?
Well, to be fair, I never said that.
Mm-hmm. It looks said it all.
This man is so dramatic.
See, since then, once I was able to run, she never ran again. I know she was rubbing it in.
I did.
When have you run since then?
I did.
Shit, she thinking trying to figure out. That's the only time she ran was when I couldn't run. Now I was like, when was the last time you run? Shit,
I have pregnancy brain. I can't remember, but I know I have.
Shit, you trying to figure out when was the last time I ran?
Sir, I was in the army. I ran.
Mm-hmm. You power walked. I seen you. I was right there, ting-tinging behind you.
Aww.
I hated running. Oh boy, Jesus.
Well, this shit then. But that's today's topic. Make sure you like and subscribe and join us for the next video.
And make sure you disclose pertinent information when you date somebody.
And allow people the chance to choose whether or not they want to deal with it or not.
Yeah, and they say they get hurt from motorcycle accident. You may should ask, hey, are you okay? Something shows some concern.
Or you could just communicate that in the beginning. But, what do I know?
Hey.
Bye.
Peace.